So moving forward, we're putting together a homemade pie, and it may sound a little intimidating if you're not a rock star in the kitchen, but we've got one that'll turn out creamy, rich, and delicious without needing a whole bunch of ingredients.
That's right, and Zebley, chef and owner of Yum Bakery, is here to show how to make a peanut butter pie. So, like, how do you not make this every single day?
Oh, I do.
Oh, okay.
I do. When you own a bakery, you make it every single day.
Yes.
So I should be okay at it by now.
Okay, let me rephrase that. How do you not make it just for yourself every day?
And
Because I think I would every single day.
problem.
This has got to be like the greatest thing ever. Chocolate, peanut butter, and all sorts of good fun stuff,
It's
right?
pretty up there.
Well, let's start at the basis of it.
Yeah.
Our crust, pre-made crust, or do you like making your own crust?
I make my own crust.
Okay.
You at home can do what you can do a pre-made crust. You could do just graham cracker. You could do chocolate graham cracker, Oreo, whatever. I take the peanut butter cookies from the bakery that are from scratch, crush them, and make the crust out of that.
Awesome.
So you get a little bit of extra kick from the peanut butter.
Very good.
You could also do a gluten-free cookie. For Valentine's Day, I just did away with the crust and did a layer of chocolate in the bottom, so it was gluten-friendly.
Oh, very nice.
So there's a couple options for people who can't have the gluten from the crust.
Okay, very cool. Well, let's go on to the peanut butter then. What type of peanut butter do you use? Because it seems like there's so many different kinds anymore, right?
Don't use natural peanut butter for
Don't
this.
use natural peanut butter.
Because it is going to separate. And if you notice when you open natural peanut butter, it's already separated.
It's got a little bit of the oil and stuff on top.
It's always going to just go ahead and separate, and you're going to end up with an oily pie.
Okay. So oily pie, we don't want oily pie.
You don't want oily pie.
Okay.
I prefer just a regular creamy peanut butter.
Okay. Could you use crunchy?
You could. I have never done it.
Be an interesting
I think
texture in your
would,
pie.
It would. We wouldn't have that nice creaminess in your pie. But we're going to start out not with the peanut butter, but with cream cheese.
Okay.
This is 8 ounces of cream cheese.
All right.
Use real cream cheese.
Use real cream cheese.
Don't use that.
Don't use the fake stuff.
fat-free stuff. I mean, that has its place.
This is dessert.
You're already doing dessert, so
Okay.
let's not.
Let's do it all big.
That.
Here, I'll let you go ahead and start kind of mixing some stuff together here and kind of tell us what you're doing.
And then we're going to do a 1/2 cup of powdered sugar.
Okay.
And you're going to beat that together until it's nice and creamy and smooth. And then you're going to put in your peanut butter. And what you're going to end up with is it's almost like a dough, but not quite.
Okay.
It's not quite the creamy consistency we want yet.
Here, I'm going to kind of tilt this forward so they can see that there. There we go.
So
All right.
to get that creamy consistency, you're also going to have some whipped cream.
Okay.
It's 1 cup of whipped cream. You just pour the cream in, 1 cup of liquid cream, and whip it.
And whip it. Okay. Whip it real good?
Whip it real good.
Okay. Sorry.
Yeah, I know.
That was really,
you can't
awful.
Not do it, can you? So what I'm going to have you do is you are going to fold in the whipped cream, and I like to break it up in a couple of additions.
And then just kind of working it together.
And do you know the difference between folding and stirring?
Well, isn't it folding when you take like the kind of fold it on top of it?
Do you know why?
No.
Okay.
You're the expert.
Exactly. Well, I'm going to tell you why.
Okay.
When you whip up the cream, you're incorporating a lot of air, and that's what gives it that body and fullness. If you were to stir, it's going to lose all of that, and it's going to get kind of runny.
So if you just
want that
fold it on top of it,
creaminess.
you're going to keep that in there.
You are.
Oh.
So you're going to kind of fold that. You want to do
So
that?
I do want to try that here.
Okay.
Here, Mike, you want me to try to do it like this here, so you can judge my folding? At least we're not folding like sheets or anything.
Yeah, right.
Because then we'd be really in trouble.
Exactly. Like the fitted sheet, I still haven't gotten that.
Yeah, who really can fold? That's what we should do. The segment on here at Better Kansas City is how to properly
You got to
fold a
get
fitted
somebody.
sheet.
Yeah, you got to get somebody in here who can. That's the thing. I'm not sure you can find anybody who could actually do it.
All right, so we're folding that.
Yeah.
So you
and
do a
so
little bit
once
at a
you
time
get-
and then more in
Right.
after that, right?
I like to do it in 2 additions.
Okay.
Like do once and then do half and then do the other half.
Okay.
Once you have that all mixed up, you would pour it into your
pie crust. Okay.
And you're going to put that in the fridge for about 4 hours.
Okay.
It can go longer. You can have it overnight, but at least 4 hours for it to set up.
Okay, so after it sets up, I think you have some fun stuff over here to top it with. But let's talk real quick. Would you advise putting anything else in the filling of it, or do you just like that creamy texture of just the pie
I prefer
itself?
just the creamy texture because peanut butter is such a strong flavor to begin with that if you start adding a bunch of stuff into it, it's kind of just
Because like in my mind,
crazy.
I was already thinking like, oh, I wonder if we could put like fold-in chocolate chips
You
or something like that in
absolutely
there.
could.
Maybe just kind of give it a little
Chopped
something else. Oh yeah,
peanuts,
so like
anything
something to
like
give it a
that.
little bit more texture, just a little different flavor, I guess, to go with it might be fun.
Yes. Now, if you would like, we can steal a little bit off the top here if you want to give that a try.
Yeah, I do.
And then what you're going to do after it sets up and is nice and firm, you're going to do additional whipped cream. You
Perfect.
can, if you want to, you can use the stuff from the can.
Okay.
I don't. I whip the cream, adding a little bit of sugar and a little bit of vanilla, which is different than just the plain whipped cream.
So does that give that another little texture or just a little different flavor than too?
It cuts the richness of the peanut butter.
Okay.
So what you're going to do, let me show you, and then you can do it. You're just
Oh,
going
no.
to boop.
I'm not allowed to use piping things?
Oh, no, it's required.
Okay.
Okay, so you're just going to do that around there. You could also
right.
use a knife and just spread your whipped cream on there.
Just around the
But
outside
if
like
you
that?
want to just be fancy, you can do it around the outside. You could cover the whole thing.
Okay. I'm going to finish this up because I'm so close to being done.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
There we go.
Are you
All
sure
right,
you've
we
not
got to
done that
wrap it up
before?
and go, but thank you so much for being here. We're going to sprinkle some more of that stuff on top. We're going to have a nice fancy picture put out on the Instagram here before you know it. So thank you
you
very
go.
much for being here. We appreciate it. It's peanut butter pie time, Belinda.
Yeah.